when I first heard about Dope for the Hood, they was in here and it was just like a lot of music, and I was like, what's going on? Where are these people coming from? And they were just telling us, and then when I heard his speech the first time, it really touched me. It basically inspired me to help like my friends that I know that do them, to let them know like that's not, I mean, you can get stuff from doing that because he said he'd been doing that, but that's not a way that you're supposed to do it. Like it's more things you can succeed in life without having to do drugs. And I love the thing that he says, it's three kind of people in this world. It's the poor, it's the middle range, and it's the rich. When the poor people get a check, they get it and they spend it. Middle range, they get it and they might save a little bit. But rich, you just keep saving and you save until you start investing in stuff that you can get more of. And I love when he said that every time. And I mean, it's just a motivational group that, I mean, helps you with things that you can talk about other than just maybe talking to your family, talking to your friends. They make you feel comfortable with talking. They reach out to like age limit and stuff like that. They try to get us to not only think about having to speak to somebody about motivation, but still we turn up sometimes, have music and come, and they have people come for us. I mean, I really like the program. We got sweatshirts today. They had more people signing up. I did help out with having people sign up. I let them know that it was a motivational. It just wasn't about, because most of the people were like, because they just heard all of the music, but they didn't know actually what Do It For The Hood was, and I kind of explained it to them. And I told them about what it was, and they started getting interested in it, so they signed up for it. So today we did a little bit more signing up. My big experience was my dad dying. Sorry. It kind of helped me to move on because I was more so of a daddy's girl. So with him being around, I mean, as a man in my life, he motivated me to do stuff and stuff like that, to get through stuff. He motivated me and he taught me how a man is supposed to treat you and stuff like that, and like the right things to do in life from a male's perspective. He taught me to always keep my head up. He taught me sometimes about how like people are single moms, not saying I'm mom yet, but saying how people are single moms and stuff. Sometimes you gotta look out for other females and you gotta like basically look out for each other and do the best you can. Somebody might not always be there that you can fall back on, but I mean, to be a strong woman, basically, that's what mostly he taught me to be. He had a lot of stress on him, and a lot of friends was putting stuff in his head and telling him stuff, so he did suicide. I didn't know, but it was people telling me stuff, and I was trying to talk to him about it, and my dad was the type of person that he didn't like me to worry about stuff. So, I mean, like, when he said something, he said it to a certain extent for me to know, but not really know what's going on, because as him being my father, he would, I got this, that's my child. I don't want her to be worried about stuff. So he told me stuff to a certain extent where I won't have to worry about it, but I knew what was going on. But I talked to him the same morning he did it, and he told me, what had made me cry the morning he did it was he told me no matter what happened to him or whatever happened, he still loved me. And right then and there, I was in my mom's room and I just broke down crying. Because, I mean, to me, for my dad to say that, I mean, I know he loves me no matter what happens, but for him just to say it in the way, the tone of speech he said it, it kind of like had me like thinking like, hold on, wait, what's going on? He did it at his house. He had a gun and he just shot his wife. I talked to him that morning and I went to church, and when I came back, right beside him, my godmom lives there, a lady that just been watching me since I was really young. And I went over there and I was like, Mom, tell Dad I'm gonna be over there in a minute. I'm going to see Miss Ellen. And he was like, she told me, like today she still tells me that she's glad that I went over there because she didn't want me to see it. She had to see it for herself. And cause he didn't come to the door, so she was knocking and she was like, Mike. He didn't come to the door, so she went in the house and she seen him and she called the police, and they tried to keep me over there, and they called my godmama to let her know what happened, to not make sure I wouldn't come over there. And they just had me over there, and I found out because I was being nosy, and I was peeking out the window and I saw them bring the body out. And I see everybody out there standing but my dad, so I kind of put two and two together. I would tell them to stay strong through it. Like you told me, they're still with you here. They might not be here physically in person, but I mean, they're still in your heart. They still care about you. They're still watching over you and looking over you and stuff like that. I mean, and I would tell them if they ever needed to talk to me, I mean, I'll talk to them. We might shed a couple of tears or whatever, but I mean, we could talk about the memories to not just focus on the bad part, yeah. I had a couple times where I thought about it, but then again, I was like, well, he wouldn't want me to do that, maybe. And then from what people say he's going through, and then again, I would think about the stuff he told me, be a strong woman, and then the last thing he told me, no matter what happens, keep doing what you're doing and that I love you. So, I mean, I would never do anything that would kind of affect the rest of my family, because I know it affects my sisters and brothers on his side that I have. I wouldn't do nothing to affect them. I mean, we just gotta stay strong for each other.